Is this thing on?
Is Louie on?
Louie is on. He is.
Took him a while.
Sorry.
He is on. But that'll be lost on all our listeners. They'll be like, of course he is. He's there. I can see him. I can
No,
hear
he's
him.
10 minutes late.
Yeah, he is. Well, 10
Sorry.
minutes late, exactly. Me and LG were early, so technically he's 15 minutes late. But we shall crack on and say hello to everybody and happy Easter week, if that's a thing. Because by the time this is out, it will almost be Easter, won't it? Which is quite exciting. Shall we all introduce ourselves and what's our favourite Easter egg? There we go. We can do that for this this joyful Easter week. I'm Jamie, and my favourite Easter, I've gone classic. It's got to be a Cadbury's cream egg, really, like old style Cadbury's chocolate. I'm not going to go on a palm oil rant. I'm not going to be that person, but I do love the classic cream eggs. They're very, very good. Over to you, LJ.
I'm Laura Jane, and my favourite Easter egg, you just can't beat, are Cadbury's buttons.
Oh yeah, it's good. Solid
Solid.
choice. Indeed. I can see these two pondering it in their heads. It could be a while. Go on then, who's going next?
My name's Louie, and I like the mini eggs ones that are filled with the mini eggs.
Oh, they're rare find nowadays though. You know, it's
the little one. The littler one. That's the
the
best
littler
one.
ones. But yeah, you don't often like the buttons you used to. Do you get the buttons inside the egg now? I think you used to. I don't know if you still do.
I think
Wait.
they are still inside it.
Crack open the egg and the buttons are there.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
It's just the best chocolate. It tastes different.
Yeah. There's something about Cadbury's chocolate within Easter egg world. It is a bit
more
special.
sugar in it for Easter eggs.
Probably. Yeah.
Definitely tastes better from an Easter egg than it does a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy. I could eat at least 10 eggs. I could only eat like 2 bars.
No, so, I mean, we could test that out. Maybe that's what we should have done. If we'd done the prep on this show, we could have had chocolate ready. But Baker, what are you going to say? What's your favourite Easter egg?
I'm with you, Jamie. I like a cream egg.
Do you?
Because
Good.
I like the cream eggs that come with the egg as well.
Yeah, more fun. How do you eat yours, Baker? Are you all in? Or do you like to kind of bite a little bit? And I'm not going to go into any more detail because this would sound weird.
You saw my eyes going.
Yeah, I was like, let's not describe.
All that one short.
Well, I'm glad you said this actually, because just last night, me, my dad, and my brother were all sat laughing at my nana because she had a cream egg and she must have taken about 6 or 7 bites.
Wow.
To get through it. And she had like the tiniest little bit left at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just like, well, I'm like, it only takes me 2 bites to get through a cream egg.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Bite half of it, and then you just shove the other half in your gob immediately.
So you're a shover.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I don't waste any time with the cream egg.
Good. You get in, shove it, and get out. That's the thing. Why is everyone laughing? I'm talking about cream eggs. Anyway, but yes, I love that. I love the fact that your nana savours it. That's very good. That is spot on.
The bite the top off and stick your finger in thing for me.
Yeah. I mean, I won't describe how I eat a cream egg because it's going to sound wrong. But yeah, you
have to.
I always bite the top off, and then I like to. No, because it's going to sound wrong.
Suck it out.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like proper savour every little bit.
That's what she did, and I couldn't stop laughing because she sucked it, and I like to make them last.
Well, yeah, and that's lovely. That's lovely that your nana likes to do that. It's great. It is good. It is good. Welcome to This Thing's On, everybody. The place to come to hear about the latest entertainment news and all that. But it's good to talk about
cream egg.
How to eat cream egg. Yeah, exactly. Easter eggs.
Many different ways.
So many different ways. I think it's fair to say. But yes, do we like Easter? Are we excited about Easter? No. Reggie has a bit. No, I'm not bothered.
It's always been near my birthday, so I've always been a bit more selfish.
Yeah, same.
Around Easter
2 days
time.
after this year.
Yeah. So I'm an April birthday as well. Are we most of us April birthdays then off the back of that? Okay, interesting. LJ's like, no, not. When's
Not-
your birthday?
November.
Oh, okay. So you can, you're closer to Christmas. See, I welcome Easter being around my birthday because it's more celebration. It's like April is
exactly.
the best month of the year because you normally get Easter and you get my birthday. I get my wedding anniversary in there as well. It's just party around mine in April. Bloody love it. It's great.
I always get the long weekend. It's class.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Although when I was a kid, I hated it if someone bought me an Easter egg for my birthday if it was closed.
Oh, yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
I once got a load of half-price Easter eggs for my birthday, off my brothers and sisters. Because I mean, why wouldn't you? If you think you've only got a couple of quid to buy your brother something. But yes, I love Easter. I'm a big fan. And we'll come on to chat about Easter TV and shit like that very shortly. But what's on this week? Baker, we've got some interesting news, haven't we? It's always the day we do the pod. It's like people start to announce stuff. They must know. They're like, do you know what? We need to get it in for that. This thing's on pod. But Harry Potter TV show coming in December. I think we discussed previously that you were all like muggles or something. You quite like that thing. I know you're a bit of a Harry Potter pen there. I mean, I still have never seen one, but I think I'm going to watch this TV show because I've been watching the trailer today and I quite like the look of it, to be fair.
Mm.
I feel like if you're going to watch the TV show, you've got to watch the films.
But then I'll know what's going to happen. Then I'll know what's going to happen. I want to experience it for the first time on the HBO TV show. That's my plan.
And then if you like it, you can go to the films.
Yeah. But But to be honest with you, I think I've waited this long. I could wait a little bit longer to watch the TV show and I'll be one of the few people on the planet who'll be watching the final book and being, I wonder what's going to happen. Everyone else will be like, whatever. But yes, has anyone seen the trailer that was out today at the time of recording?
I haven't, no.
I think it looks quite good. Yeah.
Looks all right.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Yeah, I think it could be an interesting one. And I was never a fan of Daniel Radcliffe, to be fair. I mean, I never watched him as Harry Potter, but he just, don't know, was never a fan of him. So quite like the new kid. Not heard of the new kid. He looks all right to me.
Yeah, it looks good.
You lot probably love Harry Potter though, so any word against Daniel Radcliffe or anything like that is just bad.
Exactly. I can't ever listen to anything bad about it. I just think it's great. It was like the first film series that I properly got into. I was obsessed with it.
Did you read the books first?
No.
No, you see, because me and my daughter, we read the books, and we used to let her have the Friday off that they were coming out in the cinemas.
Oh, cool.
We'd go and watch them on when they were being released, and then me and Kirsty would come out and we would going, how can people understand that? Because this happens in the book, and and my ex-husband used to be like, oh, for God's sake. We all understood it, okay, and we were like, well, we don't know how because they missed this big chunk out and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing. TV shows got more time to breathe, so it'll probably be more traditional with the books.
Yeah,
exactly. So I've played the long game, and I'll be rewarded in the end. That's my thinking. I did have the original Harry Potter book to read on a train back in. It was 9/11. In 2001, no word of a lie, I was traveling down to London, and my dad said, oh, why don't you read that for the train? And I was like, oh, right, what's this? And he was like, oh, everyone's going on about this book. So I was like, so I literally got it out to read at the time. At the point, a guy opposite me said, you won't believe it. He said, someone's flown a plane into the Twin Towers. And I was going down to London, and I genuinely thought, this isn't funny, but I genuinely thought he was talking about Wembley. At the time, and so I was freaked out. Yeah. So I was going down to London, and for an hour and a bit, I'd had it in my head that someone had flown a plane into Wembley, which I just thought was crazy. But obviously, it was horrendous. And anyway, I won't bore you with that tale. But being in London at that time was a very strange time, kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff. But that kind of I associate that with starting to read Harry Potter, so I never read it, which is a bit of a weird thing. So it's all, but that's how old I am, guys. I guess that's all I'm saying.
Wild.
So yes. Other stories, Chappell Roan and her security team. Baker, what's your thoughts on this one?
I think it's a bit mental, really. And the biggest thing I find mad is how Jorginho's somehow linked with Jude Law.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
that I loved how
it's-
that story grew legs and changed from Jorginho to Jude Law, because it was a bigger story if we talk about it being Jude Law's kid.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was quite interesting.
It's obviously Jorginho that put the Instagram story on, but it's just, I mean, none of us know actually what's happened because we haven't seen any footage or anything. But I saw what Jorginho put on, and I saw Chappell Roan's response video, and I just
So we
think
use the word allegedly a lot right now, Baker. Just for shits and giggles.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, that would be good.
I just think if it's not a great look if you've made an 11-year-old kid cry.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
I think allegedly, I would say, let's just use that word a lot and then we can say stuff. But I think, didn't she allegedly put out an initial statement though that basically said, but I need to have my time? And then allegedly it was updated and it was more, oh no, that was all my security team's fault and all that kind of stuff. And it's not a good look, is it? Let's be honest, it's not.
I think no matter what way you look at it, it's an 11-year-old girl.
Yeah.
If it allegedly, just but if there's other footage of her where like this, so she's walking into, I think, like out of a show or to a show. Someone
allegedly, Louie here.
Allegedly, and she points, and then the security are like straight over. Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean that could be AI as well. You never know with nowadays with stuff you don't know what to believe. But yeah, I think it's whether it's massively true or not. Hopefully, it's an example for her and other artists that you've got to look after your fans, don't you? It can't just be. I mean, I get superstars need their privacy. I get that 100%.
Oh, totally.
And there's the right time and a place. But if that had been a 31-year-old woman and they'd said leave alone, fair enough, because there probably would have been a sense of they're having breakfast, leave them alone. But if it obviously it is an 11-year-old girl that we're talking about, but if that had been the scenario, then just shocking, to be fair. So
do you know what I think Chappell Roan should do in this situation? I think if you're a decent person, what you do is you get in touch and say, look, I'm sorry this happened. Give them tickets to whichever show and say, come back, we'll take a couple of pictures, and then that makes up for it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If she does something like that, which, and then if she does that, you think, that's fair enough. She's made up for it. And she's done something decent there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, you become famous, and it is to be expected, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's part
of
the territory,
doesn't it?
Being who is famous, that you are going to get people who want to speak to you, and they have this feeling that, like, because they watch everything about you, if they're a super fan, and they feel like they already know you, which is weird, but it is true. They feel like that they've been watching you for so long that they feel like they already know you. And especially children, you've just got a bit of a responsibility to be decent.
You're kind of like that role model, really, aren't you?
Oh, 100% you are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean, I do find it sometimes a little bit bizarre that parents are letting 11-year-old children listen to Chappell Roan's music, because if you listen to Chappell Roan's music,
yes, it's not for kids.
It's
in
not
the
for
main.
kids.
Yeah.
Obviously, some are, but you should be being a little bit mindful, shall we say?
Yeah.
But
I think like Jamie pointed out as well, if it's a 45-year-old person like doing stuff like that, then you think maybe you can understand that. But an 11-year-old kid, I mean, she
very
probably
excited 11-year-old kid meeting one of her
heroes.
Yeah.
But yes, it was an interesting story to read about this week, wasn't it? And another one that's come out today, weird advert, but the Killers playing the Champions League final. They've announced that they're playing the Champions League final sponsored by Pepsi Max, or something like that. But yeah, what do we think? Not just about the Killers playing that, but about bands playing big. I mean, it's an American thing, isn't it? Super Bowl, but it's starting to come into like the FA Cup final and the U.
Are they going to do it like Pink and Beyonce and Britney Spears did?
I mean, who knows?
Do you remember that advert?
I don't know if I remember the advert. What was the advert? Come on.
It was for Pepsi Max, where they were all in like in a like Greek stadium-y thing, and who was it? Who was the guy who was supposed to be the prince and stuff? They were singing "We Will Rock You." Do you not remember?
I don't remember. I think we should get Baker to look at it on YouTube and describe his thoughts, like the last time we did the pod. But no, I don't remember that. But,
can't believe you don't remember it. It was absolutely amazing.
I'll have to Google it and watch it. But this ad is just really bad. It's basically
Enrique Iglesias. That's who it was.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not ringing bells. But this ad's even worse because you've got. Well, I'm not saying that was bad, but this is bad. Sorry, you've got what's his name, Brandon Flowers, who sat next to David Beckham for no reason whatsoever. And it's like, hey, we're going to play the Champions League final. We better get a move on or something. So he jumps in a car. Beckham jumps on a bike. And the two of them are like racing each other, driving along the highway as if they've got to get there. And then the Killers drummer goes, be quicker to take the plane. It's just such a shit advert. It's like really weird. But yeah, I just find it a bit weird that it's that Americanism starting to take over, that like literally come along to the football, sing Abide With Me, get excited, and then kick the football off. Do you know what I mean? But it's becoming more of a, oh no, well, we'll get a stage out. I mean, maybe it's just an old cynic.
Half-time thing.
It's before the game. They do it before the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if it's before, it's not too bad. But if we start getting to the point where having like halftime shows,
I think it will move to that though. I think it will have half an hour halftime things before we know it. And also, if you're gonna do that, why not have some up and coming band and give them some exposure? Why does it have to be like the mega bucks big ones?
I know they do that at Middlesbrough, don't they? They get because I know Jen Dixon's played at Middlesbrough, and I've had quite a few.
In the fan zone at half.
Oh, in the fan zone outside,
Before and after,
yeah. York do that as well. They have like bands on just before the game in the concourse kind of thing. Yeah. But which I don't have major issues with. But it's the being on the field and that kind of thing.
Yeah, with it being like on the field, it is a bit much, I think, especially for like a football match, because I think it's going to almost drown out a bit of atmosphere sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
I actually do think it's great, and I look forward to watching their set, as I can't think of many better bands to do something like that, because there's not many bands that are better live than them, to be honest.
I mean, I do love them.
I think it'll be good. But I know what you mean in terms of like. But then again, I was saying to somebody said it's a massive thing at the Super Bowl every year, the halftime show.
Yeah, but they're so bored for sitting there for bloody 2 hours and now it's happened. They're quite excited to see a bit of entertainment for half an hour. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind the American football, to be honest.
I was going to say, I am a proper hypocrite because I do love the halftime show.
But that's like the only reason you watch the Super Bowl, isn't it, Louis?
Literally the only bit.
Exactly. So there you go.
I love that too.
And what did you think of this year's?
I thought it was sick.
Because there was lots of controversy over it, wasn't there?
Yeah, yes, I thought it was class. I thought there were. He got brought in. Is this who? It was Bad. Was it Bad Bunny?
Yeah, it was Bad Bunny. Yeah.
It was like, obviously don't like his music, but the show itself was like.
Was Lady Gaga in it as well?
She's done it. And Ricky Martin.
They just did like a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, I just think they are cool. They always are really exciting.
Louie's talking himself out of what he originally said now. I think he's going to be with Baker and he's quite happy to have it.
For football, no. I don't like...
All right, okay.
Yeah. Like,
Fair
America, because it's like, it's what you expect. It's like, it's America. It's this big, flashy event.
Mhm.
Football's just the football. So it's not for me.
Okay, fair enough. LJ, have you got an opinion either way? Or do you not mind?
It's probably too much of a big thing for me. Like,
Fair enough.
like we've said, you know, put a bit of entertainment on, but you're going to see the football. I can't imagine, you know, you're going to get people wanting to see the Killers buying a football ticket instead of the football fans, aren't you?
That is very true. That is definitely a possibility, isn't it?
That's like the atmosphere thing that I meant. Where it's
and then, you know, so people are going to miss out who would normally get a ticket for the footy. And then...
Yeah, it's a good point. Very good point. But Baker's cheering them on. He'll be there. He'll be there going, come on.
I think
the bright side before the kickoff.
I think before the match, but I don't know if I think it would be better before than at half time. I think definitely.
Oh, well, good stuff. Well, when we're watching the Champions League final in May, we can when it comes on, I'll think of you, Baker, having a great time. God, yes, this is the best bit.
I'm excited for hopefully to watch the Killers and then watch Eberici Eze hopefully curl one top bins.
Well, it could happen.
Seal of the trophy.
I mean, who knows? I mean, they didn't make the best start to trying to win a trophy this season, but we'll move on, Baker. The less said about that, the better.
He's only just got over it out there.
I was going to say we'll move swiftly on to the Eurovision Song Contest, which is around the time of the Champions League final. Do we like Eurovision or do we? I mean, I always watch it. I think it's entertaining.
I watch it every year. I must admit, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure. I do find it quite fun to watch. Yeah.
What do we think of the British? Have we all heard the UK entry this year from Look Mum No Computer? The track is called.
Could you please tell me you've listened to it?
You must have heard it. Eins, zwei, drei by Look Mum No Computer.
Oh my God, is all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, it's classic Eurovision nonsense, to be fair. But yeah, he's called Look Mum No Computer, and the song is called Eins, zwei, drei.
And one of the lines within it is "You've got me feeling donkey donkey."
Christ.
That says it all, and something about a pepperoni pizza.
Oh, amazing! I'm clearly not listening to
sounds very Eurovision then.
I'm not listening to the lyrics enough. I don't do that with songs. I'm quite bad. Like, I can listen to a song for years and then suddenly hear a lyric one day and go, oh, I never knew they said that.
Well, as soon as you started singing, I was like, oh my God, this doesn't even make sense. Like, it's just the biggest load of bollocks you've ever heard in your life.
I've just got the lyrics up.
And people are going to love it.
Yeah. He basically says at one point, a paracetamol to quench the pain. The office cubicle has me trapped again. Am I a mouse in a cage? Am I demotivational? And then if only there was a language that I could count on that would make it feel better, Eins, zwei, drei gets in there. So there you go. Yeah, got me feeling okie dokie. Amazing. So counting in English doesn't cut the mustard. So sick of munching roly-poly with custard. The guy is a modern day poet.
He's a lyricistic genius.
He absolutely is. Yeah. Darling, I need something salty. Eins, zwei, drei with a slice of pepperoni. I'll pay a you can owe me. That'll be a pony. Eins, zwei, drei. I'm coming back to life.
Yep.
Amazing. Well, good luck anyway, is all I'll say.
But when you hear me saying, oh, you've got me feeling donkey donkey now.
Yeah. Oh dear. My light's completely gone now. I'm gonna have to put a light on because I do now look like I'm a part of
you look like you'd be on one of them ghost hunter shows.
It's I'm saying I said I would do all what do you call it? It's Blair Witch Project. It's Blair Witch Project. I could do my impression. Has anyone seen Blair Witch Project? Final bit of news today at the time of recording. Twisterella is back 3rd of October. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
There's no details of any lineup at the moment, but
It's coming early April, I think they said.
I think so, yeah. It was something like that.
Good stuff. Well, hopefully by then we'll be more up and running with this. We might be able to go along and do some coverage and stuff. That'd be quite cool.
That'd be really fun.
Potentially. Cool. We're going to chat a little bit more around Stockton Calling in a bit, because we know that is coming up imminently too, this Easter weekend. But let's move on to the four tops, where each of us rather pick our top tracks and then debate which song is on this fortnight. We've also started doing the release radar, haven't we, Baker? So we're just giving you every Monday now. We'll do a release radar of our favourite songs from the previous weekend. So yeah, we are definitely the place to go to be on the money for like the latest music and all of that good stuff. So who wants to go first with the four top pick? Let's go Louie, given that he just picks the same band all the time. So go on, Louie. Go ahead.
I picked Coming of Age by The North again.
Yes. How many episodes have we done, Louie?
We've done 4, and I've picked them twice.
You've picked them twice.
Half the episodes.
But I've got an excuse.
Go on.
I just think it's too good. I was looking through them of my songs that I found this week, and I just thought, no, none of them are actually that good. Okay. It was just that when I was like, I've listened to it every day.
Good stuff. I mean, it is a cracking track. It is a cracking track.
So apologies for the same band.
No, I think we're going to have a new rule that you have to wait a couple of months before you can go for the same band, potentially. But we'll let you off as we're still still early days. I mean, they might win, because I love the last North track. I'm playing it on the radio all the time.
Really good.
It. So, yes, it's a cracking tune. Thank you for that, Louie. LJ, what have you gone for this fortnight?
So I have gone for a song called Somber by the Cavs, and it's part of a 2-track EP that they've got going. They're from Glasgow, and they're actually playing in Newcastle tomorrow night at Xerox, and then in Manchester on Saturday, and then back up in Glasgow on the 11th as part of a little tour that they're doing with it.
Great stuff. So at the time of recording, by the time you hear this, they'll have played those venues, but not Glasgow on the 11th. You can look out for that one.
11th, yeah.
Nice one. That should be good. Baker, how about you?
I've gone for Hannah Robinson with her brand new single, Ruining the Moment. Really like it. Her first single in over a year, and I just think it's an excellent way to come back. I just like the kind of dark alternative element it's got to it, and it's one I've had on a lot. So it was there was quite a good choice of songs this week to go for, but I think this week Hannah's definitely takes the biscuit for me.
Good stuff. And are you going to be doing some filming with and interviewing Hannah while she's eating some fish and chips? That's going to happen, isn't it?
Maybe. My lips are sealed.
Should we keep that one a secret? We'll keep that one a secret for future content.
Deny.
Okay, good stuff. One for people to keep an eye on socials. And my choice this fortnight is from a band, again, new to me. They're a Los Angeles 6-piece called The Sophs. And they've just released their debut album on Rough Trade Records called Gold Star. And from the album is the track Sweetie Pie, which I don't like the name of the track, not going to lie, but there's something about the track that I really, really like. Again, it was one of those that was on a playlist and it grabbed my attention instantly. So I've been playing it quite a lot over the last week or so. So yeah, quite liking the Sophs. So as ever, have we got pen and paper ready?
You might have this week.
Baker's ready, primed in the studio there.
I do not have paper today.
Neither do I. I've got paper. I've got plenty of paper. I've just not got a pen. As ever.
I've not got either. I was
one of
these.
There's going to be a shout out again.
We'll just shout out. We'll write it down on your phone or something and then pretend. But yes, after, have you written yours down, Baker?
Yeah, already.
You're on it. You're on it. Right, cool. So after 3, we'll shout out what we're going for. 1, 2, 3. Hannah Robinson.
Coming of age.
Oh, we've got the North.
I went for the Cavs.
We've got the 2 North, and I went for Hannah Robinson. So the Norths won.
The Norths won.
Finally.
There
Stop
we
picking
go.
them now.
Yeah, very good. They didn't win last time, did they?
No,
But
didn't.
I picked their
Oh, they
song
did,
last
yeah.
time, but
Yeah,
they didn't
you
win.
picked
Yeah,
them
that
last
was
time, yeah, but it didn't win.
yeah.
So
I only didn't pick them this time on the basis that we've already had them on. So that was childish of me, Louie. I'll be very honest there. But it
sorry.
is a very good track. Don't apologise. It's a very, very, very good track. They're all good tracks though. And where can we listen to
Oh,
all
yeah.
of these tracks, Baker?
On Spotify, on Spotify, they're on in the Four Tops playlist, and as well another plug for the release radar for just more great music that comes out that we don't put in this section of the show.
Exactly. So if you follow these things on and you follow us on Spotify and all of that good stuff, you get to hear all this amazing music right on air now. And Baker, you've not been chatting to someone this far. Well, you have, you always do. But this fortnight, I've been chatting to Mikey Wilson from the band LOWMOON, who are York-based artists who've just released their third album, Decade Fever. So I caught up with them, found out a lot about their recording process and the new album. We also talked about the fourth album, which he's starting to work on already. So yes, let's have a listen to that one. Hello and thanks for joining us. This is Mikey Wilson from LOWMOON. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. How's things going with the new record coming out and all that good stuff?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Jamie. All going well, mate. It's it's funny. I think I mentioned it before when we've chatted, but it's like always feels like a bit of a strange gap from finishing the record to actually when it comes out. So
Yeah,
sort of moving on to other tunes and demos and things like that, and then there's sort of a flurry of activity just before the record comes out again. So yeah, been working with the label, so it's out through Safe Suburban Homes. So I've been working with them on all the releases through LOWMOON, which is great. So yeah, just working on sort of the release plan and everything. So had a few singles out over the last few months, and then albums out 20th of March. So we've got a limited run of CDs as well, which is great. So
yeah,
quite a few of those have pre-orders already, but we've got a few left. So yeah, all good.
great stuff. We'll come on to chat a little bit about Safe Suburban in a bit, but yes, Decade Fever is your third album. So was there anything different that you did this time around compared to say Cathedrals, for example?
Yeah, so I think at the start of all three albums, a big part of my process is sort of playing around with new bits of gear and things like that, and sort of experimenting with things. So before Decade Fever, I sort of went out and bought just a load of cheap gear off eBay. Anything 80s and Japanese, I'm all over it. And there's a lot of cheap gear out there, which is great. So old sort of toy Casio and Yamaha keyboards, old guitar pedals, old vintage drum machines, things like that. So from a gear perspective, just sort of wanted to approach it a little bit different, just keep it exciting, experiment with bits of gear and things. And then from the sort of songwriting process, in some ways, I think this record is actually probably the record that I set out to write when I first started LOWMOON.
Oh, right, cool.
And it's just been a process of sort of finding my sound and getting a little bit more sort of confident and in what I'm doing and everything. So I'm really, really excited for the record to come out. And I think, it's probably, the tracks are not too dissimilar from the other albums. It's not like it's gone off in a massive sort of tangent or anything, but it's, as I say, I think it's sort of the album and the tracks that I sort of set out to record when I first started the project, which is great because I feel like I've, moving on forward from this now, like obviously starting to experiment a little bit more in sort of more electronic sounds and that type of thing.
So what kind of instruments are you currently playing with? So if you said, like, it sounds like you create these kind of soundscapes and sound worlds in your music looking ahead. I know you're just releasing the third album, but are you playing with anything new going forward, or?
I am, yeah. So I've got a couple of new keyboards and drum machines that I'm sort of playing around with.
Okay.
And and I've got my eye on a new synth that's just come out. Actually, it's I very rarely buy new gear, but there's a new Juno synth coming out that I'm desperate to get hold of, so I'll probably pick one of those up as well. I think that'll play a big part in the new album, the fourth one that's coming out. But just a couple of olds. I picked up an really old Yamaha drum machine, and an old Casio keyboard that's got drum machine sounds on it that are terrible, but chuck them through a load of guitar pedals and amps, and suddenly come to life a little bit. So so that's what I'm playing around with at the moment, and also a lot of which I haven't done so far, but getting into a little bit more sort of like the sampling world.
Okay.
I've been sampling sampling my guitar and then playing that more like a synth, and sampling vocals, drum machines, and all sorts of synths and things. So just I feel like the fourth album, I know we're here to talk about the third album. The fourth album's definitely quite a different step, I think, in terms of how I'm approaching it, and probably the sound and things that I'm coming up with at the moment.
Good stuff. I seem to recall when you released the second album, we were talking about the third album. I think that's just the way it works.
It is, it comes back to that first point. It's like, so I've pretty much, I think I'm pretty much there with the demos for the fourth album at the moment. So I'll be starting to record and do all the production on those properly soon. So it's funny sort of coming back to the third album when emotionally you've sort of moved on a little bit with with where you're at.
Good stuff. I've asked you this before, but interested to know your thoughts at the moment on it. And you've said some people do ask you questions around touring and things like that and bringing the records to life. If you were to go down that route, is that something you could ever see as part of this project, or is this very much a DIY, happy producing, creating stuff in your own space and putting it out to the world?
I'd never say never. So it's, interestingly, I've started getting a lot more opportunities and people asking me, if I want to play some shows and little tours and things like that. So there's a lot of nice opportunities coming up. And I think at some point I potentially might get tempted. But it's at this point in time, there's definitely no sort of definite plans in terms of playing live. So it's all, it started out just as playing around, experimenting in the studio and loving the recording process and just getting really stuck into that. But I've played live with loads of bands over the years, so it's something that I do enjoy. And I guess the more opportunities and things you get offered at some point, something might stick. So
never say never. Fair enough. And working with Safe Suburban then, as I said, there's a strong DIY spirit with a lot of their artists. I think it's probably fair to say. Is that what first drew you to them? How did that collaboration come about, working with those guys and Jim?
Yes, I've known Jim since for quite a few years, and actually from bands prior to him setting up the label. And when he set up Safe Suburban the Home, I was sort of used to chat to him and things about it at the time. So obviously I wasn't doing LOWMOON at that point when it off, so it was just sort of interested in watching how it grew. And I think he's done an amazing job, and he's just recently taken on a few more sort of people helping him out with bits and pieces at the label, which is great. So it's nice to see it starting to grow, and to have a local York label as well. It's brilliant. So obviously that aspect of it. I really love a lot of the bands that Jim puts out, and he's just really easy to work with, and it's sort of nice rather than having to shop around every time you want to put something out. You don't necessarily need a label, but it's nice to have when you're doing absolutely everything yourself. It's just nice to have someone else that you can sort of work with and take a little bit of the pressure off on some of the other bits. So it's been great. Really enjoy working with Jim. I feel like it's sort of like it's a bit of a home label now. So we've worked with each other for a long time, and I trust his opinion on things. So it's been nice sort of building that relationship with the label.
Great stuff. And of course, as you mentioned earlier, the album is released through them, and you can currently grab hold of CD version of the album. You've released previous albums on tapes and cassettes and things like that, haven't you? So where do people need to go if they want to grab hold of the CD, for example?
Yeah, so the CD's available on Safe Suburban Homes Bandcamp page, or if you follow me on Instagram, then there's sort of links in the bio and everything to pick those up. But yeah, if you just, I mean, you could Google LOWMOON Decade Fever and it would probably pop up. But yeah, it's on Safe Suburban Homes Bandcamp page is where you'd find that.
Great stuff. And are there any tracks, going back to the third, like your new album, are there any tracks that you think, yeah, I really love more than others, or anything stands out?
Yeah, I think one of my favourite tracks is it's one called Wasting Time.
Yeah.
It's maybe not the most sort of instant singly type track, but it's the one that I sort of the chorus, it drops rather than building up. Things, and it was just one of those songs that just came together really quickly. Probably took sort of like 45 minutes to get the bones of the track down, and it was just a case of sort of building it up from there. So I think that's probably the track that I'm most proud of on the album, or that I really love. There's others on there that, again, it's sort of, I don't know, they mean something to you, don't they? And I don't know, but yeah, so they're all, I like them all for different reasons, but I think Wasting Time is probably the one that, that's the one that I think it sort of epitomises what I was going for with the album and what LOWMOON's about, and means something to me, and just really enjoyed the process of working on that track as well. Really proud of it.
Amazing. No, the whole album is a cracker as ever. I'm a big fan, as you know. But yes, got a few more questions just because this pod is This Thing's On. So it's part of the work that we're doing here. What is kind of what you're into at the moment? So what you tuned into, what kind of music you're listening to? Is any of that inspiring what you're currently doing?
Yeah, definitely. There's actually an American label. I'm not sure where they're based. I think it's LA or something. I don't know. But American label called Spirit Goth.
Okay.
And it's a guy in a band called Castlebeat who runs the label. And yeah, they put out a lot of bands that, I find a lot of music through that label. So yeah, I'd say I love sort of 90% of everything they put out, really. So it's probably within the sort of, the genre of what I'm writing, that sort of dreamy, lo-fi indie sort of vibe. So yeah, I've been sort of met some really nice people through that, and just sort of chatting to bands coming through that label. So yeah, I'm really loving that. I go through phases where I listen to a lot of older music. I love bands like The Cure, Joy Division, that type of thing. And just really enjoy sort of listening back to all those albums. But then equally, there's so much amazing new music now. And as I say, I think Spirit Goth, for anyone that's interested, go check. Great label. Got loads of brilliant bands that they're putting out on a regular basis.
Amazing. Right. Well, thank you so much, Mikey. This has been This Thing's On. And don't forget that you can listen to Decade Fever now. You can listen to it in all the usual places. Get over onto Bandcamp with Safe Suburban Homes and you can grab hold of a CD as well. But yeah, thanks for your time. And we look forward to the album and good luck with it. Hope it's as successful as you want it to be. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Great interview, Jamie.
Thanks a lot, Vic. That's very good. I do love the album. It's very good. Check out Decade Fever. All his albums last about 20 minutes long, so then they don't take much out of your playlist and all that stuff. But yes, Mikey from LOWMOON's cracking lad. Right, I know what you did last week. We talk about anything that we've been up to in the last fortnight and then agree who did the most exciting thing, essentially. Louie last fortnight, you won by a mile. So what have you been
I
up to
did.
this time? Have you been
Um,
socialising with any
I'll be honest,
hobnobbing with future
Ooh.
kings on bikes or anything like that?
No, not this week. I just had last 2 weeks. I just had a chilled one. Stayed in one weekend, and then some of my mates, Matty, my friend, he was headlining Cobar for the first time with his band Marek, and it was great. I had a great night.
Excellent.
It was cool. I was very
Alright.
proud of him. So well done, Marek.
Good stuff. Is he recording anything yet?
Yeah, they've got 3 songs out on Spotify. So if you go listen to them, they're well good. My favourite one's Change Your Ways. I actually think it's a really good song.
But you didn't pick it for track of the fortnight or release radar.
Didn't get released. It didn't get released.
I'm pulling your leg, Louie. I'm pulling your leg. But it's good that you're supporting your mate. It's good that you're supporting your mate.
Class. Loved it.
Good stuff. So we'll have to add them. Give them a shout out on the socials and stuff like that.
We'll get them on.
Yeah. Good stuff. On screen, what are we all watching on Easter TV as well? Easter is coming up, so there's always good stuff. Sky have got the Superman film that's on for people to watch now. There's also the One Battle After Another, which won the Oscars, which will be quite good to watch. But can anyone remember? I'm looking more at you, LG. You might. There was an Easter cat like Muppet type thing that was on in the 80s, and you can watch it up to like really bad quality on YouTube, but I watch it every single year with my daughter since she was like little, and she loves to watch it now. It's called The Tale of the Bunny Picnic, and it was just class. But like, it was one of those things that was on like mid-80s, or it was BBC and HBO did it, and it's like a cult classic. But yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd remember that at all.
No, I never. I have to look into that now, though.
But yeah, I watch that every Easter, which is quite good. But yeah, it is a kids thing. Don't get me wrong. As an adult, you wouldn't particularly watch it and go, "This is amazing." But it's
if you like the Muppets, you've got to follow Pepe on Instagram because he's hilarious.
Yeah.
The adult humour.
All right.
Honestly, follow Pepe the shrimp.
I have to check that one out. Did you watch the latest Muppets thing on Disney that they did with Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, so that was weirdly the bunny out of the Bunny Picnic is in the Muppet Show. So they obviously kept, because we were watching it. My daughter went, "Look who it is," and I was like, "Bloody hell, yeah, he was at the back, and you wouldn't have spotted him, and she'd spotted him a mile off." But yes, there's the Tale of the Bunny Picnic, and then there's Hop, which I don't know if they'll show Hop anymore because of the links to Russell Brand, I guess.
Yeah.
I hope they don't axe it, because it's a great film, and you don't see Russell Brand. He's just the voice of the bunny, isn't he? But maybe they'll change the voice digitally of the bunny and still keep the film, possibly, because Hop is a good film. I enjoy it.
Watership Down, that's always on, isn't it?
I love Watership Down, but again, people say now in hindsight that's like a scary film for kids.
Film for kids, yeah.
But I love Watership Down, and when Bright Eyes by Art Garfunkel was #1 the day I was born. So I quite like that song. It's like you look back at this #1. Do you all know what was #1 the day you were born? There's a question. No.
Like if I read it, I'd say to myself, "Oh yeah, I did know that."
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look.
Look it up. Google it right now. What was #1 the day you were born?
Hang on.
But yeah, Bright Eyes Art Garfunkel was mine, which was But yeah, whenever that came on, like as a kid, you'd watch it and you weren't allowed to cry watching cartoons as a boy growing up. So you'd be like, it's like, what are you coughing at? Oh, nothing. But yeah.
Mine's quite an interesting one.
Go on, Baker.
I've got the remake version, Tony Christie featuring Peter Kay. Is this the way to Amarillo?
I feel so old right now. I remember when that was out and I was an adult and everything. Oh dear.
Mine was ABBA, The Name of the Game.
Oh, strong. That's a strong tune. Like it. Very good. Louie, go on. You're gonna.
I couldn't find mine. I've got absolutely nothing to search it with.
Yeah. Right. You had Make Love by Room 5 featuring Oliver Cheatham.
Oh, I remember being
Yeah.
in a club in Newcastle when that came out. I'm so old compared to that. Oh dear.
And yet I'm older.
What was yours, Jamie?
Sorry?
What was yours?
Were you not paying attention? It was Bright Eyes by Art Garfunkel.
Yeah.
That's what set
Oh,
his
okay.
chain of conversation off. Baker was just thinking, are we going to get done so I can get the train on? Good stuff. Anyway, what have you been watching? Netflix, Sky, the cinema, anything you want to shout out?
I watched a couple of the films that won Oscars, and like Sinners, One Battle After Another, both very, very good films and quite hard split, to be honest. Two extremely good films.
I'm going to watch them both over Easter. So you recommend them then? What would you give them out of 5, Baker?
5, yeah.
Both?
Both fantastic films, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, both very good. Yeah, good performances, good storylines. Yeah, was very impressed and can see why they were so highly rated. Yeah.
Good stuff. Baker gives thumbs up. Louie, how about you? Been watching out?
I watched Peaky Blinders film.
Oh, did you like it?
It was all right, yeah.
Are you a big Peaky Blinders fan?
The first series, yeah. The last one, didn't like it. And then the film, I thought it was a nice way to round it off. I thought
it didn't pack a punch for you.
Oh yeah, it didn't blow me away, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that ending. That'll do. And then that Manosphere documentary, I watched that as well.
Oh.
That was something.
I don't know if I can. I think it would make me too angry to watch it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's like I watch it and I can't decide if some of them are just characters and playing up for like the camemeras for a bit of money.
What a lot of people have been saying, isn't it? That
sat there thinking, there's absolutely no way you can think that. Like, where does your head go to think that way?
It's just, I've seen too many clips to even want to go near it. I get really annoyed when I watch stuff like that because there are people who'll be misguided by watching that rubbish. It's just
and they might
proper annoying.
If it is a character, they might even think it's like all these people that'll think it's not a character, and it's
weird.
Just scary to think people think that way.
But no, I've avoided it because, like I say, just annoy me. LJ, how about you? Have you been watching anything?
I watched I Swear.
Ah.
And it was absolutely fabulous. It absolutely lived up to all the awards that it got. So yeah, really, really good.
It's on Prime now, is that right? You can watch it from. Yeah, I need to add that to my.
It's on Netflix as well, isn't it?
Oh, is it Netflix? It's on, not Prime.
Netflix,
sorry,
I think it's on.
I get confused. I flick amongst.
There's not many of them in there.
Netflix, it's on. All right, cool.
And they all charge you the same price as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what would you give that, LJ? Would you give that 5?
Oh, definitely 5. Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
One. Yeah. Good stuff. And by the time this is out, I think around this time it's out, the Magic Faraway Tree will be out in the cinema, and also the new Super Mario Galaxy film will be out. So a couple of things for the kids as well, and adults who like to watch kids movies. Not wrong with that. I think I'm going to end up watching Super Mario on the 1st of April because my daughter would like the first one. So probably go and watch that. But talking of things, sorry, Louis.
I'll end up going to see that.
Yeah,
it was my favorite game when I was growing up.
Yeah, first one was good. It was amazing. But I'll probably go and watch the second one on the big screen. But before we head off, that leads us into what we're looking forward to in the next fortnight. And I'm finally going to a gig. It feels like a long time, but I'm off to see Tommy Smith on Easter Saturday in Leeds, and he's recently released a new single, and he's at the top of his game. So I think it'll be one of those last chance to see him in small venues. I think he's definitely going to go next level, I think, after this tour. So I'm excited about that. LJ, how about you?
Oh, it's got to be Stockton Calling, doesn't it? That's where we're off.
Yeah. Well, if I wasn't going to Tommy Smith, I already had the ticket. I would have done Stockton Calling, but I'd already got my ticket, see. So yeah, tell us all about it then.
Well, I mean, who's everybody's favourites? You know what I'm like for Dictator. I love going to see Dictator, but I'm going to try my hardest to get to see a few different people this time, not my norms. Okay. Who are you looking forward to, Baker?
I must admit, this year I haven't been like this for the last few years. I've been a bit different, but I am very much looking forward to Hard-Fi. I just really excited to see them, hear them hits. I think they'll be great. And another band I'm really excited to see are the Molotovs. I'll be hopping straight from the park over to the social room for them. I was just listening to them the other day, and I discovered that they're only 17 and 19, and to be releasing music that good and to be that confident at that age, I think it's unbelievable. So yeah, I'm very excited for them.
Oh, and the Manatees. That's who else I want to see.
Good stuff. How about you, Louis?
Cherry Holt on at Kubar and the Gurriers over at Georgian Theatre, I want to say, because I've seen Gurriers before when they were supporting Inhaler.
Yeah.
And I didn't properly get into it because I was with some friends I've not seen for a while. So it was sort of stood at the back, not really, sounds bad, not really locked in. Because obviously, we're meant to watch supports, but I've not seen them. So we were just sort of sat further back having a chat. But I cannot wait to see them properly because a few of my mates have gone. One of my mates who's coming from Glasgow, he's seen them and he can't stop talking about how good they are.
Oh, nice one.
They clash with Hardfire, Louis.
I saw Hardfire in October, so
I guess if you've seen something,
so I don't mind. So it'd be nice to see Gurriers properly for the first time.
Yeah, I've heard lots of good things about Gurriers, so should be good. Just looking at this list, the ones that might stand out a bit for me, if I was going, I'm not. The guest list, I'm intrigued by them. They're supporting Shed 7 at Peace Hall later this summer, so that'll be interesting to see what they're like. And I hadn't realised that Villanelle were playing as well. I quite like their stuff. I didn't like their earlier stuff, but the latest stuff that they're releasing, it feels like they've either got a new songwriter on board or what, but they've upped their game quite a lot. So I think they could be interesting live, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as always, it looks like a cracking lineup, and I'm a little bit jealous of the three of you going. If I was sat at home doing nothing, I'd be very jealous. But I am quite excited about seeing Tommy Smith. I've not seen him for a bit, so that should be quite cool. Excellent. So yeah, I think that wraps it up for another fortnight on This Thing's On. But Baker, tell the wonderful people what else they can stay tuned to, because they don't have to wait another fortnight for another pod, do they?
Yeah, YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. You might be watching on YouTube, but if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Add This Thing's On, and then same handle, all of the socials, TikTok. Trying to update that, by the way. I'm quite bad on TikTok, but trying to get a bit more content on there. Instagram's a good one for us. Facebook, Spotify, yeah, all of them really. And everything we'll leave below in the description as well.
In the description. All right, good stuff. And don't forget, we have the Release Radar every Monday now, which is the place to go to see our top 10 favorite tracks of that week and of that weekend, because there's so much good stuff going out at the moment. So yes, thank you very much to you, LJ, to you, Baker, to you, Louis, for joining us on another This Thing's On, and we'll see you in a fortnight. Happy Easter, everybody. See you later.
Bye.
All right.
My hair out. It's like these bits are annoying me.
Baker's so vain.
Sort your hair out, Baker.
Baker's so vain. He probably thinks this pod is about him.
There you go. That'll do. It looks fine.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Look at him.
Good stuff. Louis suddenly gone into clear focus as well. Have you just changed from phone to thingy? Is that one?
Yeah, I've put it on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, to tell you. Look at these guys sorting their hair out. Just wear a cap. It's easier.
I'm supposed to be the girl here.
Brilliant. The thing is, we are recording, so I can edit the hell out of this.
You're gonna be like,
this is gonna be the girl. This is gonna be the outtakes at the end, guys.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I love an outtake. Absolutely love it.
We've got to do it on this occasion. Right.